The subjects I did at school were kind of like taking me towards a kind of engineering architecture degree, and I ended up studying mechanical engineering. Did that for 1 year. Probably didn't quite enjoy it as much as I thought I would, and so after 1 year at Queen's I changed courses and ended up doing a computer science degree, which was actually something I was a bit more suited to and ended up enjoying. I mean, it was something that I was good at, it worked well, and at that point that was sort of the career I'd imagined would be in front of me. But it was while I was at Queen's, it was before my final year. I had a year out in industry, and my placement took me to the Open University. And that involved computer animations, computer graphics, something I was really quite keen on because design and art, that's an interest of mine as well. So that sort of started this whole process really. I saw a job advert to work at the BBC doing computer graphics, and I thought, that's what I'd like to do. So it was while I was actually at the BBC, I was doing a little bit of work for sport programs, and I've always loved sport. I've loved watching it, I love playing it. Never really figured it would be a career, my levels of sporting prowess were not at the professional level. I was an enthusiastic amateur, but never considered it as a career until I was actually working at the BBC. So I was very lucky after 2 years in the computer graphics workshop. I had an opportunity as a trainee assistant producer in BBC Sport, and that was 29 years ago, and I've never looked back really. I think for me, actually having worked for a year, albeit not in sort of full employment, certainly in the position I was in, it was a great sort of start to actually being in the real world. I mean, working in industry, but you also get that support as well, from Queen's the whole way through. So I think it was gave a really good insight of what to expect when you finally do make that move. I had a great time really. I mean, both during the studies with a great bunch of people and a great bunch of lecturers, but also socially as well. And I just think it's important, to make the most of your time as a student. I'm very proud, and it's always great to come back here, and I do try and make sure I keep involved. Living in London, I work with the Qual group, so it's great. Queen's served me really well, and it's nice to give something back too.